In the Zone Podcast. In the Zone. In the Zone. In the Zone Podcast. In the Zone. In the Zone. In the Zone Podcast. In the Zone. In the Zone. In the Zone Podcast. 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 In the Zone. In the Zone. In the Zone Podcast. In the Zone. In the Zone. In the Zone Podcast. In the Zone. In the Zone. In the Zone Podcast. In the Zone. In the Zone. In the Zone Podcast. 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 In the Zone.
What's up, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of In the Zone Podcast. It is your boy, B. Foster. Brian Foster's in the building.
Hey, B. Foster.
Hey, I like how we starting already. Hey, what's going on, y'all? I know you are already noticing my lovely co-hostess is not with me again. We have not been on the same episode in almost 2 months. We have been passing the baton back and forth. We've both been busy. So we operating on our solo thing. But I promise you, next week, we will be back together again. Maybe. No, that's a lie. No, we won't, because I won't be here. But anyway, neither here nor there. Welcome to another episode. Hope you all are staying safe. It's been warm out on the streets. I know you've been having a good time. But I want to jump right into the episode tonight. I have got 4 lovely ladies in the studio with me. Brothers, I know you're jealous. I see the heat. You're jealous. You're jealous. So I didn't get a chance to promote this one. So it's a little bit of a surprise. We are talking about twinning. And not when you and your girl or you and your boy decide y'all want to dress up alike and go to Great America. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying real twins. I got 2 sets in the studio, and we're going to have a conversation about what it was like growing up, what it's like as adults, some of the wild stuff they done got into as twins, some of the tamest stuff they done got into as twins. And we're going to have a great time. So I'm going to go left to right and allow the ladies to introduce themselves, and then we're going to dive right in.
Perfect. Should I just say whatever I want to say?
Whatever you want to say,
Perfect.
Come on.
Okay, Alyssa Sampson. I am from Indiana, but I've been in Chicago for like 5 years now, so this is my first podcast. So I'm very excited to be here and see what it's like. So, I mean, give me tips. I can probably use them, but I'm excited to be here.
Oh, we've got not only an In the Zone podcast version, but a podcast version.
Yes, for the first time.
All 4?
Yeah.
Oh, brothers,
Yeah.
Oh, upset, I know.
Yeah. Oh, and I guess one other thing I should
Please.
say, I am the younger twin by 7 minutes.
By
so,
7 minutes.
Yes.
I
Yes.
was like, I didn't, we're going to talk about that.
I was already going to say that. All the same information. Older, better, wiser.
Oh.
Here we go.
It's already starting.
Alana, and my name is Alana. Yes.
All right. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Oh, absolutely. And then on my right, y'all already know these 2. I don't even know why I'm letting you introduce. Look, see, they already on.
Hey, Chef.
Hey, Chef. Hey, Chef. Come on, introduce yourself. Don't be shy.
My name is Katrina Terrell. I'm born and raised in Chicago. 50 years old.
Look at you.
Looking
good.
I am the younger twin.
Thank you.
Proudly.
Proudly, right. Go ahead.
And I am Kamita Terrell, the older twin, by 41 minutes. Yes, it took her 41 minutes to come out.
Yes.
This explains so much.
Yeah. So everything else she said from Chicago and 50. So.
All right, don't be scared of this mic.
Oh, okay.
It's catching. All right, cool. All right, ladies. So I want to jump right in. Let's talk about this. You kicked it off. So the younger, older. I know it's by minutes and all that, but do you feel like as the? Well, I think I already got the hint. But is there, when you have siblings in general, this older, younger dynamic, does that play a role in you all's relationship at all?
Yes. Anyone who knows us well can tell who's older, who's younger. It's only 7 minutes, but it's a significant 7 minutes. As I said. seven good minutes I got in the world alone. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. But I do think that there is like a dynamic.
Yeah, I think especially like growing up, she's always been probably a little bit more like responsible. So I'll let her do that, and I like to have fun. So I'm like, you be older, you can handle all those responsibilities. But we always joke, like she'll say, she's always quick to say 7 minutes, and I'm always say that's the only thing that she's ever beat me in. So I'll let her have it.
Okay.
I'll let her have it.
A little fire over here. Okay, all right.
Well, for us, I think it's a little bit different.
Yeah,
We don't associate older or younger.
You immediately claimed. You immediately claimed.
As far
I
as
think
being
they
better.
just
Yeah.
introduce us.
Uh-huh.
We don't
Yeah.
claim older or younger. We're both on the same plane.
Although I'm the nice one, she's the mean.
Not at all. People will tell
So
you
our
that's
friends will tell you
different.
that.
That's
There
not
always
true.
is
But no.
an evil twin.
Yeah,
There
I'm nicer.
That's not true.
Brian knows us. He's known us a long time, so he knows the truth.
Fifth. I pleaded. Okay, all right. So you all don't have the older, younger dynamic.
No.
Okay, but y'all can't even figure out who the mean twin is. Huh?
She is.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
Got it. So describe growing up as twins. Let me ask this first. Do you have other siblings?
Yeah, my mom actually has another set of twins.
Another
Yeah.
set of twins.
Yeah, you know that. But
A
yeah,
boy
I forgot
and a
you did.
girl.
He has a boy.
They're 13 years apart.
Yeah, they are.
Younger than us.
Yeah. So and then we have another brother and sister, but just twins is my mom. Yeah.
Got you. And do you all have
Two
other
sisters and a brother.
siblings?
Yeah, one older brother. He's only 2.5 years older than us. But I mean, yeah, growing up as a twin, I think the dynamic is very. It's funny because it's one of those things like when a lot of people meet you come off so interesting, but as a twin, like that's all you ever know. So you don't know what it's like to not be a twin. See, I feel like as a child, you don't really think about it that much until you get older and you kind of reflect back on it. But I mean, we had a lot of fun. We always enjoyed it. I think the older we get, like the closer we get. But when we were young, we were also like very, very close. I think it was second grade, after a second grade class, our teachers said that they recommended that we were separate because we were very cliquey. And I think now we're kind of getting back to being cliquey again. But it's nice. I mean, we have a lot of fun. We do.
Any advantages growing up? Like, so you always had each other, obviously. So the click thing happened, but...
Yeah, I think, it's funny. Growing up, our mom... We were always close, but our mom kind of, like, forced that friendship. Like, and I think a lot of siblings, like, when you're younger, you're like, I don't want to be friends with my siblings. I want to be friends with my friends. And, like, our mom was like, being a twin, that's going to be your biggest blessing in life. And we really did not... That did not resonate until later on in life. But... It was very true.
True.
What about you all coming up?
Again, like she said, it's all you know. You have no clue how it feels not to see somebody. Well, actually, she don't look like. To me, she doesn't.
We don't look like each other.
Even though this is all we know.
Right.
So people always ask us, "Do you get tired of people saying you're twins?"
Right.
No, because it's all we know.
It's true.
Right. We're we don't get offended. We're used to it. You know. We're like, oh, that's my sister. I had coworkers yesterday. Actually, we had this conversation. We were going to Greece for our birthday last year, 50. Woo! And I was already there. She was at the airport. Two of my coworkers were at the airport. Came up to her thinking she was me. And then her husband said he was looking at her like, well, what's wrong with Camila? And then she was like, oh, wait, no, that's her sister. So we get that all the time, but we're used to it. So,
So you don't consider that a disadvantage to be, like, confused for each other occasionally? Or, I know you all say you don't look alike, and I can distinctly tell the difference between you, but somebody doesn't know you as well as I do might, at a glance, obviously, not really pick it up.
No, it don't offend us at all. It's just
that's all we know.
We are.
Okay, so what disadvantages do you have twinning as you were growing up? Did you see any?
No.
Well, people do try to compare you, you know, but you are individuals, but they do try to compare you. And sometimes you feel like I am who I am, she is who she is.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes people don't know how to, you know, disaggregate that. So,
but that never bothered me as far as, you know, people comparing us.
Clearly bothered me.
Trina,
So now you know.
Right.
Trina didn't like that shit. What about you guys? Any disadvantages? The comparison thing ever bother you?
The comparison, it definitely happened. I don't think we were ever really bothered by it. Like, even we joke and banter. There's definitely some twin and sibling rivalry, but it's always love. We're each other's biggest supporters.
Yeah.
I do think one of the most challenging thing is, like, creating your own identity, and that's been almost a bigger challenge as an adult than it was a kid, but especially as a kid, she was a troublemaker. She was a huge troublemaker, so I used to get lumped into her stuff all the time. And I was like, I didn't do it. Like, it wasn't me, I wasn't there, but, like, I just get lumped into it being her twin. So you kind of, like, creating your own identity becomes challenging as a twin.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, I kind of finding your identity and knowing how to, like, really own it in yourself. I think so much, like, we've said this about each other, sometimes we feel like the best part of ourselves is, like, our twin, and it's like an extension of us. So I think when we try to, like, reflect and really be individuals, especially as, like, we grow, that's sometimes a challenge, but it's a beautiful challenge to have, because it's nice knowing that no matter what, like, I always have someone.
Mm-hmm.
So did your parents dress you alike?
Absolutely.
Now that's a weapon.
Okay. So that was a pain point?
For her. For me. She didn't, she didn't care, but I didn't love being dressed the same. I think it's cute when you're younger, but then you get a little older and you're still kind of dressing similar. Even now, like, we'll get ready and we live together.
I still think it's cute.
But the thing is, I just don't like, because everyone's gonna be like, oh, like, twins, you guys do everything the same. I'm like, we don't. And we already end up finishing each other's sentences and talking this. So I like to at least look different. Even today, I was like, what are you doing with your hair? Because I'm not doing the same thing. But it just happens. She's triggered. I didn't care that much. Because the thing is, like, when we'll come out wearing the same outfit, I'm like, go change.
That happens with us too.
It doesn't bother her. So she's like, no, I'm good. Like, I'm good with this outfit. So then I have to change. Yeah. So I always end up having to change my outfit.
Because you're the responsible one.
Or she's not going to change because she's like, when am I going to wear it again? Yeah. So she's going to keep it on. Yeah.
They're not going to be like, oh, she just had that on and you repeated it.
Do you all buy the same, like, similar outfits on purpose? Is it
we
just got the same type?
It happens. We bought.
Realizing that we got the same outfit.
Yeah, not intentional.
Now, we do wear our hair alike. That stays the same. But in terms of
certain occasions we'll dress alike, but on a daily, no. But sometimes we'll show up with the same thing on. Like, really?
Yeah. All right.
But your parents did dress you alike.
Oh yeah, my mom did. Yeah.
Did it bother you coming up, or?
No. It didn't. Now, like I said, unless we planned it for a specific reason, but. Outside of that, I'm like, no, you can change.
Now, one of the things that do bother me, well, this was when I was a little heavier. You know, when people compare you, oh, she the big twin, she the little twin, and that used to get on my dang nerves. So
that happened?
It did. I lost over 60 pounds.
Oh no, you did that.
So it always would be that, and I'm just like,
still we
twins, but
not
we still individuals, because she's little doesn't mean that I have to be little and vice versa. So that did irk me. when people would do that.
Only on occasions that we plan it generally, not on purpose all the time.
Don't be responding, Jen. They should be in your kind of So hold on. So we talked. All right, that's childhood. Let's fast forward a little bit. So let's get into like the young adult college years. Did you all attend the same high school, college?
Yes.
And I know you all attended the same high school, college.
Yes.
Where'd you all go?
We went to Indiana University.
Okay.
Yeah, so same campus pretty much we grew up at. That was a big reason why we decided to stay, just because we were seniors in high school trying to decide where do we go. And we have this great campus that's just a few minutes away from our house. So we decided to stay, even though we both wanted to get out of Indiana and try something new. But I ended up staying in the same college, and of the 8 semesters there, we lived together for all but one. Oh yeah, we lived together for all but one semester.
All but two.
Yeah, 2 semesters. So
Mm-hmm.
it was bound to happen.
I got follow-ups there. So you all attended the same. So they went somewhere that was like close, and they kind of figured they would matriculate. You all intentionally like picked Western to go together. Yeah. But did it ever occur to you like, maybe I'll go to Eastern?
No.
So separating never was a thought.
It never was a thought.
Ever.
The only time we said to separate is when we lived together after college. She started having babies, and I said, it's time for you to go. That's the only time.
Talking about college.
Well, I'm sorry. That's the only time. Right?
But we
I was
had lived
premature.
together even in college, maybe our first year and then the last semester, because we were RAs throughout college in different buildings. So, but it was never a question on if we were going to the same college.
Right.
Okay. Did you all like ever switch places to like take a test?
No, I don't want to
Get
take
a
my
driver's
test.
license.
So I don't want to take that test. So that's
Wait, hold on. Okay, so were you all the same major?
No, different majors.
Different majors. The only time and you should tell the story because she's the reason we didn't switch places. We were supposed to switch places once, and I think it was like 3rd or 4th grade.
I took my studies very seriously, even at that age. So I was like, no.
You're not messing my grades?
No.
Which I was bad in school too, so I don't even know what that means, but okay.
And I do feel like as a twin, you always get the same questions by non-twins. Like, did you ever switch places?
Right.
And I always was
All
like,
the time.
we should have just done it to give people a story.
First of all,
We're the most boring twins in that
it's not too
sense.
late. Not too late.
That's true.
And never?
No.
Never.
Boy. See, here's the difference. Hold on, let me.
Yeah.
Side note.
We
Side
know
note.
it to be false.
Side
So,
note.
right.
Here's the difference between men and women. I was trying to find some men twins because I guarantee them brothers switched places to do something.
They probably did.
Probably something illicit, but they didn't.
I would
I'm sure they did.
I would agree.
Okay. All right. So, hold on. I'm sorry. Let me get back to my notes. So, you guys, same sorority.
Yeah.
I already know this. Did you all
Yep, we were in Greek life and we were in the same sorority.
same sorority?
Mm-hmm.
Well, not intentionally again, but it happened, yeah.
How's that not intentional?
I will say, so we kind of got to like the top 3, and we had only one of the top 3 that matched.
Mm.
And by that time, and usually I'm the one like asking her like, what are you gonna do? Because I like naturally being the younger twin, like what I like to like look up to my big sister and do like what she's doing.
Mm.
But she asked me, and I was like, I feel like we shouldn't tell each other at this point, because at this point I feel like we should go with what we want and then not be influenced by each other. So I didn't tell her like what I wanted to choose. She didn't tell me what she wanted to choose, but it ended up being the same sorority. So then we ended up living together even more. So, but and, I mean, looking back, I feel like we wouldn't have had it any other way. So I'm glad that's how it ended up.
We used to joke that we were real sisters after
Yeah.
we joined the same sorority. Like, now we're real
Now we're real sisters.
And we're gonna backtrack that because you skipped right on over to my y'all joined the same sorority. Yes, we're in the best sorority ever.
That's why I skipped over it. That's why I skipped over it.
We're not gonna just bypass that.
Yes.
I tried to spare y'all. I did. I tried to spare you. So you all joined later.
Yeah.
Great chapter.
They're post and same line, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Our Western
Just
celebrated
celebrated 22
chapter,
years.
Didn't have a
so
chapter.
we had to wait. Yep,
Yeah.
it's a great chapter.
So again, I'll ask. Never occurred. Nobody else was ever thinking. You know what? Maybe Delta.
No.
I
you
mean,
can't-
we love our
can't
best
say that
friend
now.
is a Delta.
Uh-huh.
No,
But-
it was
but-
never. It was always AK.
Right, it was always AK. But we love Deltas.
Always.
Our best friend is a Delta.
Yes.
Okay.
There's no question.
Mm-hmm. We'll talk about that off air. So what's the funniest, weirdest, strangest, most unique situation you ever found yourself in because you happen to be a twin?
Well, we tend to like the same men.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Here we go,
That's
people.
true.
And then you be like trying to say, I want him first.
So we have to claim him first. Like, ooh, he cute. Yeah, because we are attracted to the same guy. So we have the first person to say it then, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that happened with your son's father?
No.
No.
Yeah,
Not him, but just in general, when we out and you see a guy,
Yeah.
you're like, I like him. You can't.
Yeah.
Hold on, so let me ask. Hold on. This is a can of worms I wasn't even gonna touch. So let's say you're out, you claim him, but he approaches me.
Your sister. I mean, at that point, there's nothing you can do. You're not gonna say, "Oh, my sister like you,"
Right.
You know.
No,
But
Yeah.
if
we're
he's
not gonna do that.
you know leaning towards the other twin, there's nothing you can do. But
But
if
I'm about
you
to say, here we go.
claim him, you're not gonna go forward if I claimed him first.
Yeah. If
Hold on.
not claiming
Hold
him, that's
on.
not the right word.
Well,
Hold
Saying
on.
he was a
Let me-
cutie or something.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
interest.
Let me get
That's
this.
what you say.
Let me get this straight. I want to make sure I'm hearing you right.
We love you too, Carla.
We see.
Oh, no, don't have that. What? That's
No,
us.
don't worry about it. He got, let the controller do what
Okay.
he's doing. So you see a guy. Both of you think he's cute.
Yeah.
Trina says, "That's me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
He approaches Mita. Mita has to say no.
No,
Oh,
not that.
that's what I thought.
No, not like that.
Okay.
If whoever he approaches, it is what it is.
Okay.
However,
Yeah.
we can't. If you say, I like him," then okay.
Oh, so then she
You
can't
be
move
the
forward.
aggressor.
Right,
Oh, I
yeah,
see.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
y'all.
Not that we would be
Like y'all-
right?
Stop it. What about you all?
Well, I guess there was actually one time we did a switch. So it wasn't in school, but it was with the guy. And it wasn't like anything serious. I think that's the reason why we're like, let's do it. It'll be funny. And we did that once in college. I was like very casually talking to this guy that I thought he was very arrogant. So that's why I thought it'd be funny. Because I was like, he needs to kind of get knocked down a few pegs. So we were all over like at our friends and invited him over. And Alana was like, it was more aggressive than I would have been. Like, she like grabbed his hand and was like, I was like, I wouldn't have, because I barely knew him at the time. I was like, I wouldn't have done all that. She was like hugging him. And I was like, see, he should have known. If he knew me, he would know, like, I wouldn't do that. But he didn't know me
He was
that well.
excited. He was like,
Right.
we didn't cross the line.
He loved it. Like, he loved it. And then, the kind of messed up part is we were with most of our high school friends. So everyone other than him knew. So then, like, one of the guys felt bad and was like, bro, they're playing you. But then the worst part was he was acting like he knew the whole time. So I was like, see, you are arrogant. You should have just been like, you should have, like, said,
Like, you got me.
yeah.
You right.
Yeah, but
My
he was
bad.
like, no, I knew. And I was like, no, I mean, you didn't.
Right.
Needless to say, that was the last time I saw him.
Was it the last time you saw him?
Yeah, right. That was the last time I saw him, too.
Okay. All right. Gotta check.
No, we don't fight over guys.
Yeah.
Do you have similar taste?
Honestly, not really. I mean, sometimes there's overlap, but not all the time. So it's pretty easy. And I mean, I think in reality, if anything, we like to like wing woman each other. Because it's easier, I feel like, to, you know, like help your friend out, help your sister out. So I'm like, if she thinks someone's cute, I'm like, let me know. And I'll do the rest. But we tend not to like compete in that way.
Okay. So, I have to ask, has there ever been a time, though, you don't like to compete, if she claimed him, you off limit, but has there ever come a time where there's been a little butting of the heads because of a potential love interest?
No.
Well, there was someone that I had a crush on in high school.
Here we go.
Oh, Lord.
He didn't have any interest in me then.
Mhm.
But then post high school, he had interest in me. So I did feel some kind of
You felt away.
I did. But I mean, I didn't say nothing. They talked or whatever, but I did feel some kind of way.
Because you had a crush.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
This is the first time you hearing this?
I don't recall.
She knew.
I don't recall.
Now you gonna plead the
No.
fifth? No. Did you know?
I don't know.
So hold on, let me ask that. So she had how long after high school was this?
Oh,
long
this was a
time.
long time.
Long time after high school.
But I mean, your crushes don't ever go away.
Facts. Crushes are crushes.
They
Crushes are
never
crushes.
go away.
So you knew she had a crush on my man, and you still talk to him? Dirty.
Exactly. Tell her, Brian. Tell her.
Dirty. How you feel about that? How's that make you feel?
Moving on.
What about you all? Never any collision over a guy?
I don't think so. No. I mean, no.
Nothing like serious. We'll put
Nothing's-
it that way.
We've
Like
had some fun twin rivalry in that sense, but it was nothing ever serious. Nothing.
right, like if I think one of us really like someone, that's like a different line. But if it's kind of like, ooh, they're cute, and like end up talking to someone else at the end of the night, it's like, may the best woman win. You know, like what you gonna do?
Right.
Ooh. I like that. So that actually leads me to another question. So we talked about rivalry before as like kids, touched on a little bit as adults. Do you think, or is it like, is the rivalry, and you have other siblings, is the rivalry between you all less intense, more intense than it is with other siblings? Kind of the same, doesn't matter?
For us, it's not rivalry because our siblings are younger, like 13 years under us. So they probably felt like we treated them more like
The mother
as opposed to So it wasn't really that for us.
Now we gonna be honest. As twins,
Hold on.
Oh yeah, we argue.
we argue.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I want more honesty out of you. I'm getting all the honesty
We
out of
argue
you.
all the time.
hot now.
But then it'll be 2 seconds later, we back talking.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it'll be a day, but twins argue.
Yeah, we
But
do.
you move right on.
Yeah, you do.
So when you all argue, what's the?
It be over anything. It could be over anything. If you say it's red, I say it's blue. We argue. It could be over anything.
Yeah, we do. As
that
my
just-
cousin says, we argue like we're husband and wife.
Right.
That's what she said.
She does. Linda Lee.
Yeah. She does. Yeah, and if our ship say we fight, yeah, we do.
Oh, say, Nikki, relax. Come on, Nick. So, all right, so you fight over a little bit about everything, but who is there one more than the other that tends to like do the first reach out after an argument or smooths it over?
No, I think it's even.
Yeah, it is.
It's just even.
It's even.
We argue the next minute we talking like it didn't happen.
Right. So
Interesting.
that's what you and Allison do know.
How you gonna put Alex?
Hell no. What about you?
The fighting, the rivalry.
The rivalry. Like, do you think your rivalry is different than? Do you have rivalries with your other siblings? I think that's just a thing, even if it's not a big thing. And do you find yours to be more intense, less intense?
I feel like less maybe in the way where it's just very natural for other people and ourselves to like compare each other to each other. So I don't think it would feel like it's less intense. But like Alana said earlier, like it's really, I feel like it's all love. Like at the end of the day, like we really want each other to succeed, but it's just natural, I think, sometimes just to like, you know, fight a little bit. But
there definitely is a comparison. Like we compare ourselves to each other. Other people are comparing us. There is like that naturalness of everyone. Like even being like, who do your parents love more? It's like that's not who asked that kind of question. But the amount of times we've gotten that as a twin. So I mean, I think there is definitely a rivalry there, but it's not. That's more like outside noise. And we have it amongst ourselves, but it's all in good fun.
right, like a very playful way when we do it. Like we do the same thing, like who's nicer, who's meaner, and like all these things. But at the end of the day, it's like we both know that like we have so much love for each other. That's why when we do it, it's like it's fun. And when other people do it, honestly, like we have fun with it too. Like we don't really. It's hard for us to get offended about twin questions because at the end of the day, we love being a twin so much. It's like, why would I get frustrated about someone asking me about something about my life?
Nicer, meaner?
Meaner, nicer.
It actually is true. That she is nicer than me, but I mean, I can still be really sweet. I think she's more annoying. Like, we want to talk about that.
Let's dive into that. Let's dive into that.
Yeah.
Why is she more annoying?
I'm more sensitive.
She is.
And you find that annoying?
It's also, I think she can kind of be a snitch sometimes,
Oh.
and like things like that.
Oh.
Okay, she's a big tattletale as like a kid. That was the thing that
I was
annoyed me
gonna
the
say,
most.
you're
But
gonna
it's
have
because
stuff
I was like, I guess, more of the troublemaker. But she's nicer. I'll give her that. Like I am nice, but like she's just always like being very thoughtful and like going the extra mile. And
That's
I'm like,
me. That's me.
she's
Look at this one. Go throw a hand up right
That's both of us.
now. No, somebody's got to be more than the other. It can't be.
That's me.
It can't be this even 50-50 thing. Stop it. I'm sorry. Ignore it.
No, I mean, yeah, but I'm like, there always probably is. Like, one nicer twin, maybe.
I will say she is, like, blindly loyal. It doesn't matter what is going on. It takes a lot to upset me, but if I'm out and I'm upset, like, she doesn't care. She doesn't need a background story or anything. She's like, who upset you? And, like, I'm figuring it out.
Let's go.
And let's go, yeah. So, I mean, on multiple occasions, she's had my back in a way that it's a different relationship than most.
Yeah, I
people
feel like
have.
a great funny example I like to share is when her first boyfriend broke up with her in high school. So we were all young, but I punched the locker because I was so pissed. So, like, that is, like, the intensity. I think that's a natural question that people will ask, like, as a twin, like, if someone does something, will the other twin feel it? And I think it's, in a physical sense, I mean, I've heard of twins, like, actually feeling it, but it's something that we experience definitely emotionally. Like, if I know she's hurting or sad, like, I'm feeling it tenfold, so, and vice versa. So, it's a beautiful thing to have, like, where you know, like, someone's always going to have your back, so.
Yeah, like, we don't think we think the same, but we don't know it until we say it. Like, we don't feel it, so that amazes us.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, like she said, you know, having a twin, you have somebody that has your back no matter if you fight.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But y'all ever been in a fight?
No, y'all been arguing.
Okay. All right. I'm talking about y'all been in a
Oh,
fight.
thank you.
You touched on something that I find interesting. So you're saying you don't have anybody that has your back like your twin, probably, right? But how do your friendships outside of this relationship work? Do you share most of the same friends? Do you have a whole subset of a different group of folks that you guys hang out with individually? Does it all kind of intermingle? Like, how does that work?
We share friends and we have our own friends outside of each other. Right. Mainly like work friends.
Right, people you met at work.
Co-work, yeah.
But yeah, like our best friends are the same.
Hold on.
What? We share the same best friends, I mean.
I know what you mean. That's why I'm pausing the conversation there. So you share the same best friends?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How many best friends do you have?
Yeah, I would say 3 and then a BFF cousin.
And the BFF cousin.
Yeah.
And they all the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are. But I have some other best friends outside of, you know, those.
You can't have any best friends
well,
you
because
have.
she works with,
you know,
does she see more
close
often?
people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody can't be your damn best friend.
Right.
Trina, damn it.
Like close friends.
That's the line of delineation here, all right?
Close
Close friends.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey,
so,
cousin.
Look, why have y'all on? So I know that wasn't intentional. Did you form these relationships when you were younger? Did they kind of form like college friends that you all just kept going later on in life with, or high school?
High school, college.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So hold on, I gotta dig into this a little bit. So you have the same 3 or 4 same best friends.
Mm-hmm.
So one of you all met somebody. They started hanging out with you, and because the other one was around so much, you just...
Well, all of them we went to high school with, and then we went to
but
the same college. We went
yeah.
to high school, and then we went to the same
But
college.
if she's in chemistry and you in gym, and that's how they got cool, how did y'all become cool?
Well, yeah.
Well, over the years, I mean, we just developed into both of our best friends. So,
I mean, because we always together, and they come along to go to events. So
That's what I was waiting on.
Right, well,
that's what I was waiting on. We always together. That's what I was waiting
Well,
on.
yeah, we are. I mean, that's true.
You said what?
Like
My
my
best
kids.
friends are twins.
Yeah.
Identical twins.
Are they?
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
identical twins.
And you share them?
From high school, like
Right.
from freshman year up till now, they're still my 2 best friends.
Oh.
And they're identical twins.
Okay.
Wrong.
Interesting. All right. Okay. What about you guys? How do your friendships work?
All the same friends.
All the same
Pretty
friends.
much.
You don't. Hold on. I'm gonna come back. Hold on. You all don't have. One of you all have one friend that your sister's like, how are you friends with them? That one person.
Anyone. But like
Oh.
when you, and I feel like similarly to you both, like when you spend so much time and like, you know, like same high school, same college, then as an adult when lived in the same place, like we've been to like with each other through so many different things. So even work, we've always said work is like that one place where we have our separate identities. But even so, like her boss knows me, my boss. No, I mean I'm newer to my job, so they don't know her as well yet. But like we'll always say, like, our pronoun is we. Like,
Yeah.
we use the we pronoun. And so even in work, I'm like, we did this, we did that. And I'd be like, I sound crazy. Like I'm talking about some imaginary friend. And then I have to explain that I'm a twin. But everyone, even people who we've met separately, we end up all being friends. Because
It definitely intermingles.
yeah, we end up spending so much time together.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's like... it's like a relationship of a husband and wife. Like, you know, like you're gonna, at some point, you're gonna introduce your husband, your wife to those friends just through, like, how much time you're spending together. So, all that is, like, that's what we have. We know, like, I know all her people, she knows all mine, and at some point, we're all gonna be friends.
Yeah.
Even if you don't want it.
So it doesn't sound like it doesn't sound like you have people, though. It sounds like your people are her people. Like, there's no...
distinction.
Yeah, no distinction.
Mm-hmm. But I will say there are certain friendships that are very special because they treat you like two different people. I mean, that, like, it's a different friendship. Like, we do have certain friends where it's a completely different relationship that I have with that friend than she has, and we're, like, all best friends, but it's not the same exact relationship because, like, we've nurtured that friendship over time and they see us as individuals.
So that doesn't necessarily mean one friendship is closer than the other.
Right.
They're just different.
Yes.
But do you find that some of these friendships might be, like, you might be closer to Tony than you are, and you might be closer to Kim than she is?
Yeah. We have some friends that I've talked to more so than she would, but not necessarily best friends, but you're good friends. Yeah.
What about you?
I would say similarly, like, it can kind of ebb and flow. I think for the most part, it's like, it's usually the same, but sometimes they're like, there's been like a few friends that it's like, I'm like, we're very similar. So then I find myself like gravitating towards them and it's like a different level of our friendship. But at the same like time, I think all of our friends, like, if you were to ask like pretty much any of our friends, like, who are you closer with? I think they would all be like, I'm not gonna answer that.
Right.
No one's gonna answer
Fifth.
that.
Right.
That's
Or
right.
you arguing, they not gonna get it.
That's right. Yeah, you can. Unless somebody obviously wrong.
They still not gonna get it.
I'm picking a side. You was wrong, Nita. Wrong. I'm just messing with you. All right, so they're gonna stay out of it. Ron, let me ask you this. You got, I'm talking to my producer now. You had said your best friends are twin guys.
Identical, yep.
Identical twins. Do they think, or have they ever said it's easier or harder to date having a twin?
It's easier for them. It works in their advantage.
How so?
It's a natural, like, women are naturally interested in just twins
Attention.
for some reason. It just grabs attention. Especially, they do the dress alike thing too, which just naturally grabs attention. It's an attention grabber.
So I'm not sure if you all can hear, but I asked Ron if his best friends that were twin males, identical twin males, have an advantage or disadvantage dating, and he's saying they have an advantage because ladies are just naturally interested in the fact that they're twins and they do the dress alike thing and all that type of stuff. What about you all? Do you think there's any difference, advantage, disadvantage?
No, I don't think from a dating perspective. I think the one thing I like about being a twin is that we meet so many people because we're twins. People are intrigued, so they talk to us. So we meet a lot of people, and I like that. So, I mean, we don't want any different, but that's the one thing I like about being a twin.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's a jump off point for conversation.
Yeah, we meet people all the time. Oh, you guys are twins? And that starts a conversation.
That starts a conversation.
Yeah.
So I got a question for them. Because my male friends, they get this question they get this all the time, this approach from women that I always wanted to sleep with twins. And women would approach them with this. Like,
Oh, wow.
do y'all have men ever approached y'all like, yeah, I want to try to sleep with twins? Is that, have anybody approached y'all with that?
And my producer just took it left. I was trying to keep this above board, but we're here now.
I mean, people make comments all the time when it comes to twins. But
Is it really a joke?
Well, we take it as a joke, right?
Because you don't want to do it.
Because it's not reality.
But yeah, of course they say that. It's their fantasy to be with twins. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, sorry, you're the wrong twins. Then.
Right. Yeah.
But
We don't share. Happening.
But do men approach you often with this thing, or?
I don't know if I would say often, but it's happened definitely more than once.
Yeah.
So, often enough, too many times.
Weird thing to ask.
Yes.
If you're listening,
Close,
don't
but
ask.
Yeah, not that
Yeah.
close.
Really
But
good.
I would say though, because I would agree with being a twin. It's just like you have like an interesting factor where people will just want to talk to you because you're a twin, even if it's not in a flirty way. But like I will say, we found it probably a little bit more challenging dating as twins.
Oh,
But it's because we're so close, and I think especially for us, like we're kind of like we could go on a really bad first date, or we could chill with each other. So I think that's like something that we're trying to do is like get out of our comfort zone a little bit. So I think it's a challenge, and we also grew up our parents were always like instilled in us like focus on school, so we never dated all that much until like pretty much after college. That's when we're like, okay, well now like this is the time to do it. So I think it's also, I think part of it is just maybe dating a little bit later in life, and we always were focused on other things. But yeah, sometimes we just find it hard just to like really push yourselves to kind of like go out and meet people. And I saw a statistic on it was this weird twin show that I watched. Well, I only watched the first episode because I was like, I don't want to watch this anymore. But in that show, I don't know if it's
Wait,
true.
you all can't even watch TV separate?
Yeah, we can't. Oh, we watch all of our shows together.
Yeah,
We be on the phone watching TV together.
Yeah, no, we have to. That's like, that's Bible. But in the show, they did say that statistics show that like twins typically date like later in life, or like they get married later in life. I think that was the statistic.
Ooh, well, what's my later gonna be?
Right, where's our later? We 50.
Where the later? Come on.
Don't bring that. So wait, that is an interesting statistic.
Yep.
Do you think it's because you all have such a hard time separating from each other that you find it hard to invest in somebody else?
For us, I think that is exactly the case. It's like you have to be more fun, more enjoyable, more like anything interesting than to worth me spending my time with you versus the person who I want. Like, I love spending time with my sister. That being said, we have, you know, as we're approaching 30, we're like, I don't want to live with her for the rest of my life.
They're babies.
Yes.
You all shut. We're all adults in this room. Thank you very much. Yeah. What about you all? Have you found like Trina? You clearly found somebody to. No, wait. I'm not. I want to say that to be shady. You found someone that like have kids with and like all that stuff. So.
Yeah, I mean, I did. I have 3 wonderful babies.
They're not babies. They're grown.
Well, I mean, like my kids say all the time, me and her, we talk from the moment we wake up throughout the day to the time we go to sleep.
Yeah.
So it is interesting on like how do a man fit in there. However, I welcome that.
Well, I don't think it's just because we're twins. It's just because of what's happening. If we had someone, I don't think that we would be on the phone like that. You know, we would allow the time. But because you don't have that person to spend it with, you're spending it with your twin.
Right.
So.
But you can't see how a man would find that even somewhat like difficult or intimidating or like.
Well, that's if you telling him, no, I can't talk to you
Right,
because
right.
I gotta go with my sister.
Right.
No,
But
that's
doesn't
not the case.
Yeah.
You want to go out? Let's go.
Right.
So did your son's father? Now I'm all in your business. Did he find your relationship with your sister complicating? Did he at least say it, think it, express it in any way, shape, or form?
No, because again, when you're dating, at least for us, you know, you are giving that man attention. It's not like, oh, I'm not going with you, I'm with my sister. No, I'm giving that attention to the man. So no.
So, pardon me for a second.
What is the follow-up?
please.
Hold on, I want to lean into this question a little
Dig
bit.
into it.
So, one of you all dated a good friend of mine once upon a time.
Who was that? Who are you talking about?
Burden.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, that was Cleveland. So, what up, big guy? If you watching?
3+ years
It was
ago.
a while ago. I'm just gonna tell you what was told to me that
I
I've never stated because it didn't make any difference.
Oh, what'd he say?
What is that?
He told me he said that part of his complication with you was your relationship with me.
With me?
Really? Really?
He said he found it hard to figure out how to fit in that dynamic. And now, mind you, he's a egomaniac narcissist. So, again, if you're watching, you know I think this. So, no surprise there that he might have found it difficult because he needs so much attention this way. But I will venture to guess that a lot of men are narcissistic. Egotists.
But was it even enough time to even say that?
I don't. Hey, listen, I'm not saying whether. I'm just telling you what the man told me.
That's interesting because maybe from my lens, I think I give attention, but then this is something new that I've, hearing. Okay, well, let me take notes.
That's just one person's opinion.
I'll take notes.
I'm just saying.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Quit blacking your sister, damn it.
If she finds somebody, she good.
I'm just playing with you. Oh, hold on.
But I do recall one of our good friends telling me that could be a challenge for men, how close we are.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand it, but maybe that makes sense, what you're saying. Because maybe they don't think that we will separate,
right.
that we will not be open to, do things with them. But we're open.
That's been clearly stated.
We're open.
So, earlier you all touched on finding autonomy as kids when you have a twin. How about as adults?
You can take that one. I feel like it's almost harder now because we have been so close for so long. Mm-hmm. But now it's more like, okay, it's making that decision to, find separate identities. And we live together. We do, hang out with our friends together. A lot of our hobbies, our interests, our downtime we're spent together. So it's kind of like creating a space where we can find autonomy. And because we have grown up together, it's a little less comfortable being alone. Even doing small mundane things like going out to lunch alone or going to a movie. So many things that a lot of adults have done alone. Both of us have never done alone. And she's in a relationship now, and I've found myself trying to give her space to be in that relationship and grow in that relationship and spending a lot more time alone. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. What do people do with all this alone time? Because I genuinely have never spent this much time alone. And it's nice. It's just different.
Just different.
Yeah.
It's a shift.
It's a shift for sure.
So you're in a relationship.
I am, yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How long we been together?
We'll say 2 years. Yeah, there was a little break, but
That's
yeah.
all right. We got 2 years. Okay. All right. Okay.
That's good. That's
Thank
nice.
you.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. Period. Man, you talking about any age. So, what do you guys think about that? Finding autonomy. You're a touch older. Mm-hmm. Do you find it easy to find that autonomy? And let me say this before I answer that question. I think that just now, am I really getting into doing stuff by myself, dating myself, right? So I went to a Shantae Moore concert by myself. I used to be like, I can't go to the movies by myself. I love, you can't even talk to anybody in the movies. You can't even right? It don't even matter. But it just felt nice to have somebody next to you and make little comments or talk about it after the movie. But there's something, if you enjoy yourself and in your company, who you are as a person, you'll get used to it, dining alone. And that felt so weird to me back in the day. But now it's I almost prefer it. Because now I don't have to carry anybody else's expectations. I don't got to carry competition. I don't have to care. What you think, what you want to do, I just do me. There's a freedom to it.
Yeah, it's funny. A lot of only children or just people who are used to spending time alone
will
say they love it. They love being, not necessarily being an only child, but having that alone time. I'm just not used to it, so it's new to me. And I'm trying to get better at being comfortable being alone. Yeah. At home is one thing, but being comfortable being out in the world alone. Yeah. Yeah.
I see as an only child, I'm the opposite, and I'm not. Hey sis, as my mother's only child. I valued friendship and spending time with people and being in the world and being social because I was feeling that void of not having that probably when I was younger. It's only now that I'm a little bit older that I'm probably reverting back to that I'm cool being alone
Yeah.
thing. So I used to try to feel that with like people. And I love people. Y'all are great. Y'all suck at the same time. So all at the same doesn't do
Always
there.
a smart ass.
Yeah.
But it's true.
Always.
It's true. And as I get older, I'm sick of people. Anyway. Finally at our time.
I mean, we felt that way too. You know, like we didn't think we could go anywhere by ourselves. But we travel by ourselves. You know, you go out by yourself. It's easy once you do it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, when we bought a condo together, and then she started having children. So Kyle is what, 18?
19.
He's 19. So
No, Cameron is the first 21.
right. But she moved out when the second child was coming because it
Oh, this
wasn't
was the
enough
spiral
room.
staircase. I remember that place.
Hey, I'm still there. But I was like, it's time to go. So I've been living by myself, you know,
I
for
got
the
kicked
last,
out.
19 years, right? So I'm used to now, you know, being by myself. I don't necessarily have to have her where I go. She has children, so she can't go everywhere that I go.
Well,
So
now
I'm
I
used to
can
it.
Now-
Well, they're
I'm
older
about to say,
now, but
now
I
you
got
are.
used. Yeah, I got familiar with just being me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
Interesting.
But it's not even just being a twin. I mean, well, since you're a twin and you are together all the time, but it's even with my kids. Like when they were little and they would go to their father's house, I would be like, okay, what am I supposed to do?
Mhm.
So it wasn't just her; it's just anybody. So
That's in your
yeah.
space like that so
Right.
much. I
You
consume
be
so
like,
much. You
okay.
so much in the time. Yeah, when they're not
What am I
there.
supposed to be doing right now?
right, Jenny, it is.
Right.
Wait, hold on. What I miss?
No, she just said it's important.
Let me see that
to be in
rhyme.
a
Time is
relationship
so
or not.
important.
Yeah. I mean, and I guess that's like any relationship, like dating or being married, like you with each other so much.
Right.
When that person goes out of town
Right.
for a conference, you like,
Mm-hmm.
loading lost.
Yeah.
Not me, but
Just us.
We know not you.
people.
Right.
You know, people. All right, you all. We are coming up on time, but I do want to give everybody a moment to have any final thoughts about the joys, pains, advantages, disadvantages. Just share your love for your sister or whatever you want. However you want to close us out, it is your time on the mic. I'm gonna start right to left.
Sure. Well, twinning is a great thing. You have your internal best friend. We just have fun. So it's just a great experience for us. We don't know anything different, but we're just thankful, you know, that we are here together.
Yeah. As she said, twinning is all we know. You do have someone whenever you need someone, they're there. Because, like, when my kids was coming up and they needed things, they know who to call.
Yeah,
to this day, if they call me and can't get me, I'm in a meeting at work, they instantly call her.
Yeah.
So
Like I'm the
that's-
daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's very important.
That's a whole other topic we not doing
I know, I'm just
today.
saying.
So
They
having
call
a
me.
twin is a good thing.
Yeah.
Great thing.
Yeah, I would just say it's such a blessing. And if you are a parent to twins, parent to twins, don't force a relationship because it'll happen organically. I will say we didn't even. I assumed this would come up, but it
Well,
didn't.
come on.
We
Bring it
were
up.
we were one of like 6 sets of twins in our high school graduating class.
Really?
So we had we
Wow.
grew up around a
Two
bunch
or
of
two
twins. So we never thought it was like that, like cool or unique until we got here to Chicago and you kept getting stopped like all the time. And we're like, has no one ever seen twins in Chicago? So not all the relationships of the other twins we knew were the same, but we grew closer the older we got. And I think a lot of siblings say that of their siblings ships. So the relationship will have. If you know us now, you're like, oh, you guys are best friends. You always got along. No, we used to throw hands, but
I'd win.
I mean, yeah, because she was aggressive and mean.
Because you were the
She
nice
was
one.
mean.
Because you were the nice one.
But the relationship will happen organically in most cases. So
Yeah.
just let it nurture itself.
Yeah. I thought you were going to give a shout out to, like, twin parents, because that would be
Oh,
hard.
yeah.
So
Shout out to twin parents. Our
Yes.
mom.
Shout out to twin
Thank
parents.
you, God,
Yeah.
for our mom.
Yeah.
Yes, our mom was
And our
100
dad, 'cause
pounds.
we wouldn't be
when
here
she
without
was
them.
pregnant with us, so she was like out to here.
Yeah, she was huge.
Yeah, we
And our
don't.
mother had us at 15, so she get made
Rock
a
star.
shout. Yeah.
Wow. I don't think I
Yes,
ever knew
at
that.
15.
Rock star, Irene Terrell. We love you.
I love you too. Wow. 15. Also,
No, all good. I think when I think about being a twin, always think about this one story that will probably stick with me for the rest of my life. When we were in college, we used to work at the same restaurant, and I was waiting on this elderly woman, which also I just love elderly people. I just think they're so precious. But she saw Alana, and she was like, "Is that your twin?" And I was like, yeah, we're twins. And she was telling me that she had a twin and that they were super close, but they just like kind of grew apart over the years. And it like absolutely broke my heart. And then I was like thinking about like my sister, how close we are. And I think we're very blessed to live in a day and age where technology makes it easier and social media to connect with people.
Yeah.
But it was just like something that I thought about like in the moment. I've still thought about it. It's been years since that conversation that I was like, I will always have an appreciation for being a twin because it's just a blessing that I was I got. There's nothing I did to deserve it, but I had it. And I'm going to remember that. So no matter where like my life takes me, where Alana's life takes her, like I always want to appreciate her. And I think that extends beyond twins. I think it's just like a thing for us to remember as humans. Like if you have people in your life, never let like life get in the way. Like you should always reach out to the people that you love because like one day you'll look back and be like, oh, I had that person that I was so close to and now I don't.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, that's heartbreaking. So I don't want that for me. It's never gonna happen. And we're always
this one.
Really be
Oh,
fine.
you have your show, mama.
He is so silly.
I'm gonna call you mama. No, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful sentiment.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful sentiment. So, thank you all for watching. I know there's a touch shorter than we usually, just a touch shorter than we usually do, but I got somewhere to be. And,
It's all about him.
It's all about
this
B-Falls.
is my show. So,
Always a
yo,
Jennifer Lee, come get him.
this was my co-hostess, by the way, thought this would be a boring conversation. This was an amazing conversation.
Well, we wanted to. We was like, well, what we gonna say, Brian?
and look at that, an hour later,
So,
look
yeah,
how much
yeah.
you said.
Yeah.
That's because of my excellent hosting. But no, really, I really enjoyed you all. As someone that again grew up with my mom alone, right? Like this relationship that you all have is so precious, and I'm so envious. To be frank, I'm not even gonna lie. But to the point that was just made, cherish your friendships, cherish your relationships, cherish your family, cherish all of that. Life is short. We already know that. If you are on Instagram or X or Facebook or whatever we're on, you're consistently getting these alerts about folks passing, having lost in their life. You don't want to turn around one day and have somebody you love be gone and you haven't expressed that the way you wanted to express it. So don't waste a moment. Live life to the fullest. You know, that is my absolute motto. And Shantae will be here next week. All right? Check y'all later. Peace.
Bye. Thank y'all for watching.
Thank you all.